Hey guys, Cody here with Anarchy Outdoors. Today we want to talk about scope bases. In particular, we get some questions that we wanted to go through in this one, and then try to show some features of our scope bases that are really going to be an advantage to you. So in this video, we're going to talk about MOAs. We get a lot of calls, which MOA should I choose on a scope base, for what scenario, where is it applicable. So we're going to go over that, as well as we're going to go over different colors of bubble level in scope bases. So let's dive right into this. Here in front of me, I have a Browning X-Bolt scope base. It's one that we have. This is actually the gun for it right here to my left. So we here at Anarchy Outdoors, we try to stay on the very cutting edge of innovation, and we've done that here with our scope bases as well. Most scope bases you're going to see are just going to come with a standard level, and that's it. What we offer is we have them come with the standard, the greenish yellow bubble level, which arguably is probably one of the best, but we wanted to give users the opportunity to switch those out if they see so fit. So we've come out with blue and pink bubble levels as well, and our bubble levels in our scope bases are interchangeable. So what it has is here on the left side of the scope base, there's a set screw that holds in the bubble level. So when you buy one, this is how it's going to come. And if you notice on our listing options, we have different color options for blue and pink. And so if you decide, hey, I want a blue one on mine, then great, add that one on there, and they'll throw that in the package when they ship it to you, and you can easily swap it out. Or you can get both for a discount as well, and then you have all three. You can switch them out, decide which one you want in the field while you're using it to see which one's going to fit your eye best, maybe contrast with your gun the best. So let's dive in to see how to change these out and show you really how easy it is. Okay, so you grab, this is a 3mm Allen wrench, and you're just going to unscrew that. It should just be hand tight. Take that set screw out, and then all you do, I like to just tap it on my hand a time or two, and it'll come out. So then you can see the three different colors here. So you have the greenish yellow, the blue, and then the pink. Again, a lot of user preference. A lot of people argue that the greenish yellow one is by far the best, just because it gathers a lot of light. It's a little easier to see the bubble. But other people will counter argue and say with a little darker color like a pink or a blue, the bubble itself stands out more. So it's a lot of user preference. So let's say my favorite color is blue. So let me grab the blue one. So again, to swap it out, we just took out the green one. So the blue one, all we're going to do is grab it here, put it in. Then we're going to get this. I'll push it in just a little bit more here with my Allen wrench. I'm going to set that set screw right on top. Then I'm just going to thread this back in again, just hand tight. Once you get, they're not going to come out, but for added safety measure, if you want, once you get which one you're for sure want in there, drop a blue Loctite. It's not going to hurt anything. Though I've never had one come out in all of our days using them. So now you can see this is the blue one in there. So you can see the argument that some people will make with the, it's a little added contrast, a little darker color. It's easier to see the bubble itself in there. So again, a lot of user preference. I like all of them. I've used them all. I think they all work well. So you can just try them out if you have a preference. So now let's jump into different MOAs. All right, a lot of people will call us, hey, I have gun X. I will have scope Y. What MOA scope base do I need to get? It's a little more complicated than that. So here at Anarchy Outdoors, we make our scope bases between 0 and 60 MOA. That depends. That's not for every gun, but that's the range we do. It depends on the caliber. It depends on the model of the gun. All of the above to, how far you're wanting to shoot, how close are you wanting your 0 to be. So let me just go through some of the basics to help you know where to start. So as a rule of thumb, a 0 MOA base versus a 60 MOA base. The 0 MOA base is going to allow you to shoot closer with your scope, and the 60 MOA is going to allow you to shoot further. And again, the MOA is minute of angle. It's going to tip the scope base down in the front. We here at Anarchy Outdoors, we'll take it right in the center, and that's where we calculate the MOA. So the back will raise slightly, the front will drop slightly. That keeps the actual height of the scope base more or less uniform amongst them all, but that way you get your MOA. So if I'm saying I'm going on a deer hunt, going to shoot max of 600 yards. Well, I'm not too worried with a halfway decent quality scope. I'm not too worried about running out of travel. So I'm going to stick with a lower MOA base, like a 0 or a 20. Personally, for that, I'd probably go with a 15, 20 range for me. That way I have enough I can stretch out. Depending on the quality of scope you have, you may or may not have that much travel. So that'll just be a safe bet. And that's going to allow you to have that 100-yard zero for the most part. Now, scope ring height comes into play a little bit. We're not going to talk about that in this video, but if you have a scope rings that put your scope in a good spot, you're not going to have to worry about that. But now let's say I have a 338 Lapua Ruger precision rifle, and I'm going for that mile. I'm not going to put a 0 on there because I'm going to run out of travel on my scope before I'm able to dial enough to be able to get that elevation hold I need to hit the target. So what I want to do on that scenario is I want to get the max elevation possible, because I'm not worried about shooting 100 yards with that 338, I'm worried about shooting a mile. So in that scenario, I'm going to get the 60 MOA scope base, which is going to allow me to shoot that far. So again, we could go on and on about examples and everywhere in between, but as a rule of thumb, that's what you want to think about. How close do I want to shoot? And then how far do I want to shoot? And if you have those parameters, you're going to know if you're worried about distance, not so much up close, great, get a higher MOA. Each gun we have, we tailor the MOAs towards what we think the applications will be. And so you'll see that on our site. When you go to your gun model, you'll see the options. Those are the ones that, in our expert opinions, are going to be the best MOAs available for those. So based on those lists, you can see, do I want the lower end or higher end? And you can make that selection. So I hope that was helpful today, guys. Hope you like the new colors on the bubble levels here. We're talking about adding more colors as well. So as time comes, you may see different colors of bubbles. If you have any specific requests for colors that you think would be awesome, you let us know. Yeah, check us all out. Check out these rifles. We'll do some sweet panos of them. I got a Tikka T3 precision rifle here. It's a great hunting rifle. I also have a Browning X-Bolt. This is a white gold medallion version, just a beautiful gun. Let's do some panos of those, and you can check out the scope bases in the back of these and imagine them on your own guns. Thanks, guys.